Oh, one more thing, and this is so important. Whenever we're not alone or I'm on the phone and I ask you something, doesn't matter what it is, you always say, I'm right on top of that, Rose. Okay?
Hey, it's Katrina Porter, and if there is a dead babysitter, make no mistake, she'll solve it.
Hi, Anna Serene.
Welcome to Split Happens, everyone else.
Welcome, everybody.
Each episode, Katrina and I discuss a movie that both of us love. However, only one of us gets to say anything good about the movie, and they're the pro of the episode, which means the other is the con and has to attack it. Our one rule is the con only has to attack during the synopsis, and if they say anything good about the movie during said synopsis, they incur a penalty and will have to say something nice about a movie that they loathe entirely. And the pro is going to get to decide which one they spread that love to. I know. So this week, if Katrina catches a rule break from me, we're going to hear this sound. I did that from memory.
I'm very impressed.
I'm impressed.
We are still having a touch of technical difficulties that we're working through.
We really are.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, that I'm impressed that I was able to memorize something that I've said literally
More than 2 years now.
hundreds of times. 100 plus.
Hundreds is accurate.
Sure. I said it a bunch, and I just now got it from memory.
Said it a whole bunch.
Hey, that's it. That second shot's hitting me like a ton of bricks.
If you've listened to this podcast before, you're not surprised.
Really? Usually, I mean...
No, that you've had tequila?
Oh. Well, I also had a lot of Calamocho, so...
Ooh, toot toot.
Toot toot. I am very excited to talk about this movie. However, I do have a very big question right up front about it.
Before synopsis?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Why is it a March movie? A lot of luck. She has a lot of luck.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Because it makes perfect sense.
That better make just as much sense as yellow and blue makes green.
Definitely.
You have to do it over the sound of your dog licking air.
She loves it. She's watching her figure.
So she doesn't have to do any pretty coughs.
Right.
You know.
I'm going to tell you how this is a March movie, and it's also going to give you a little trivia that I don't think any other podcast has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give it up.
So everybody knows that the lead actress in this movie is Christina Applegate.
Yes.
Okay. What people don't know is that her real name is Christina McShanahan. McGee.
Okay, there it is. I was like, why does nobody other podcast? Oh, because it's bullshit.
No.
Christina
McShanahan McGee.
hyphenated?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her family was super progressive. So the mom took the dad's last name and the dad took the mom's last name, but they're both Irish.
That sounds confusing. And I don't feel like arguing it. Should we have been taking shots of like Bailey's or something?
Oh, my tummy can't handle that.
What if it was What if it was out of a shoe?
Make an assessment. You know what? Do yourself a favor. Watch Old Greg on YouTube. It's so weird.
It is literally what we will watch after this.
I'm Old Greg!
And while we're in YouTube looking up Old Greg, we might as well, while we're there, go ahead and check out a few episodes of Classic Concentration. Katrina.
Classic Concentration
Please
is the shit.
Tell people how this came to be.
Well, as we mentioned in the episode Yellow Submarine, Anna and I, and this was Anna's brainchild, I want to take
Thank you.
no credit for this.
Yeah.
Because this is genius. Started watching old game shows, and all you have to say to me to win my heart is Wheel of Fortune. So we watched some of those. We watched some Press Your Luck.
The Gong Show.
We watched The Gong Show. Honestly, not my fave.
I'm a big fan of The Gong Show, but that's okay. It's not for everybody. It's probably too chaotic for you.
It's too chaotic for me. The other one that I don't love is the Let's Make a Deal. That feels a little, I don't like to see people walk away sad.
Yeah, that one feels mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they really try to talk him out of the good shit.
And then a while back, Anna said, if you want to experience happiness, watch Classic Concentration. Like, I only want to experience that kind of happiness when we're watching shows together. So I waited.
Yes, you did.
And I don't wait. Like, I binge watch shows. I have
can't
no patience.
believe you didn't.
I know. And then Anna and I watched it. And now I've watched about 37 hours of Classic Concentration.
Y'all don't understand. Everybody knows Alex Trebek from Jeopardy. Of course.
You don't know Alex until you've seen him on Classic Concentration.
Yeah, because somebody let Alex run free on that one.
No edit.
I'm telling you, Alex needs to have somebody saying, don't say that.
Alex, you can't say that.
You can't ask them that.
Like, Alex, if someone questions you, they can't then become your mortal enemy where you shame them over and over again.
Yeah, Alex, you cannot, if you hear a Hispanic sounding name, you cannot just automatically assume they must be from Mexico.
Right. And when they tell you they're from, say, Hawaii, you can't go, well, that's not Mexican.
Right.
You can't do that, Alex.
You cannot.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Because it is an absolute delight. I am right on the edge of what is my favorite. Alex and his zero filter.
Or
Marjorie. The model.
The model.
The one model. The one that models everything.
The one who rules them all. Marjorie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the phrase, dance like no one was watching, was made for her. She moves, dances, speaks.
Like me.
Like no one's watching, except everyone's watching.
Oh, no. Everybody at work can attest that I dance like I don't care if people are watching, because people come by all the time and I am constantly dancing and singing.
So now whenever there's an oopsie daisy, Anna and I are like, classic Marjorie.
Classic Marjorie. Oh, every once in a while, I look over at Katrina watching this and she go, Marjorie, you can't do that. What are you doing, girl?
Marjorie, I like you, girl, but come on. Classic Marjorie.
At one point you go, now what's Marjorie up to?
She's just up there playing on a boat.
Remember when she's like upside down?
Marjorie.
Or whatever. I think I told you, at one point she wears like, she dons like dreadlocks because it's Jamaica vacation, and it's not a good look for Marjorie.
I bet that was Alex's idea.
Who knows?
Marjorie,
knows?
That's not Irie.
It's definitely not.
You can't do that. Can't do that, girl.
But all of Classic Concentration. Okay, so if people don't remember Classic Concentration, might as well. Okay, so it's the one where there's
it's a memory game.
Yes, yeah, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're trying to guess, and the prizes are like coffee pot and another coffee pot, which they give a lot of input on whether or not they actually like said prize.
Oh, I could use that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Earrings. Oh, I could use that.
I could do that for my girlfriend. I don't know if I have any use for that. My favorite of all time was the one where one of the contestants, the gentleman, is in a wheelchair. Uh-huh. And I don't know if I'll have to cut this or not, but when I watched it with Adrian, it was late at night, and I'm like, as soon as he came on, I said out loud, "Uh-oh, wheels."
God. Yeah, but what was the prize he said he couldn't use?
The exercise bike.
Right. I thought it was skis.
There might have been that as well on there. One of them, I was like, he said, oh, that might be fun. I'm thinking, honey,
Yeah. To give someone.
You're only limited by your own imagination, but you should not imagine those. This was like 87. They were not ready for that.
He was positive, though.
He was a positive fella,
Yeah.
but the exercise bike was not for him.
No.
And he let him know.
So then Alex was probably like shitty to him the rest of the game.
What's funny is one person said that made like kind of a comment about one of the prizes, and Alex was like, "Oh, you're not going to dump on our prizes, are you?" I mean, like he took umbrage.
Oh, I
said it.
I'm not saying umbrage. I got chastised a little bit about using the word umbrage a little too much.
Right.
Which I took umbrage to.
I could talk about classic concentration all ding dong day.
Hey,
However,
I have a question. You going to babysit your drink all night?
Ooh, I like that segue.
Segue? What?
But what do you mean?
Today, we are talking about, and just to be fucking clear, 1991's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Has there already been the sequel?
No.
Oh, sorry.
In spring of 2024, the remake comes out. I told you.
I know, but that was so many things ago.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Who's in it?
The only person I know in it is Nicole Richie.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Which I don't. Anyway.
Is she the mom?
I don't know.
Oh, I bet she's the boss.
Probably.
I bet she's the boss.
You can say no.
I kind of like Nicole Richie.
I do too.
I saw her in like she was one of the judges on RuPaul's Drag Race one time, and she was fucking hysterical.
No, I like her, but we don't have to remake everything.
I agree with that, especially since I've recently seen the pictures of Bill Skarsgård the Crow, and I'm so saddened by it for a number of reasons. Because I'm rooting for Bill Skarsgård. You know,
I stand for Skarsgård, but I don't think so.
Oh, Bill!
It just the whole thing looks weird.
You were riding a fine line with us with it because Pennywise was originally Tim Curry, and those are big shoes to fill. But Brandon Lee's shoes shouldn't be filled.
No, I don't get it. Like, are people running out of ideas? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
I've got ideas.
He gave me like Jared Leto Joker vibes from the picture, and that made me very sad.
What's the Twigs lady?
Oh.
That's the woman.
FKA Twigs.
Yeah, that's his fiance.
She's not in it very long.
In the preview, you see a lot of her.
God damn it. God damn it, Kathleen. They're really going to fuck with this story, aren't they?
I don't know. I am excited about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that is exciting. That is very exciting. We have to get to this movie, though.
Let me tell you.
I do have some things to say.
Oh, you do? Yep. This movie's directed by Stephen Herrick, who directed Critters.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 1.
Okay. Well,
And Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh.
Which I think that says something about Stephen Herrick, because those are all very different movies.
Yes. Yes, I love Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh, it makes me cry.
Yeah. You know why I like Mr. Holland's Opus?
Why?
Because it taught me how to say asshole in sign language.
You would like that.
Yeah, of course. You remembered it?
No,
because you liked finding out how to say asshole in something.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
John Landis was the first choice to direct this movie. He turned it down as the story didn't interest him.
Okay, John.
I think this was his stick up his ass phase.
That you're talking about, and I love John Landis movies, but you're talking about his entire career.
Right, I know. John Hughes was also asked to direct it, but he turned it down because he only directed scripts that he wrote himself.
I was just about to say.
Right. As well as the fact that he, at this point in 91, he was trying to get away from teen movies.
Plus, nobody, like, possibly rapes somebody or, like, or even, like, hints at it.
Okay, 16 Candles. Love you, Jake Ryan. Joe Dante. Oh, Dickie Donner. Amy Heckerling.
Oh,
Chris Columbus. John Badham. And Joey Shoes also turned it down.
Joey Shoes?
Joey Shoes. Joel Schumacher.
I can't imagine how that would... I don't think that would have been good.
Lots of vampires.
I think...
The Babysitter would have been a vampire.
Well, I mean, the dead is in the title.
True.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead because it's, you know...
Vampire.
Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
See, you already have it figured out.
See? You don't have to remake it.
Mm-mm. Although I think Dick Donner would have done a good job with this one.
He can do no... I mean, you know.
Yeah, but this would have... I like where this one went.
Yeah,
though.
I do too.
This is... Yeah.
It had a budget of $10 million and made $25 million, which was a profit. Critics didn't like it. I think it gets like 35% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
Those tight asses.
I know. But again, like the vast majority of movies we love, which in no way means we are in a cult,
Oh,
this movie's gained a huge cult following.
you know, if our cult is the cult of like movies that deserved better, I'm okay with this cult.
Yeah, sign me up.
I think we already did.
Oh, shit.
We have a podcast talking about basically.
Should that be the name of the podcast?
No,
No.
we already make coasters.
The original title of the movie was The Real World, but they changed it due to the new MTV show of the same name.
True story.
Right.
That's 7 strangers.
This is the story of a
It's-
17-year-old who wants to be in fashion.
And stop being polite.
So obviously we know that the amazing Christina Applegate, who we adore and has been through some shit lately with her health.
Oh boy.
She's amazing. She's also, so this, you mentioned this, the title of this movie has dead in it. Did you watch
The fuck are you going with this?
the TV show that she was in that was so good?
Oh,
Dead to You or...
I know about it. I think this is going to sound ridiculous, but you share my brain. So I was going to watch it, but then I ended up watching the Santa Clarita Diet.
No, I know. I do get that, but this has James Marsden in it as twins.
Okay.
So double James Marsden.
I'm listening.
Right. It has obviously Christina Applegate, who is incredible. I'm fucking blanking on the name of the other lady, and she's incredible. She's Hawkeye's wife and Linda Cardellini.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my gosh, she was in Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
She's been in like a billion things. I love her.
She is amazing in it. It's Dead to Me. Dead to Me.
She's really funny in Grandma's Boy.
Yes, but she is a total nut in this show, and she's great. And her and Christina Applegate's chemistry is so good.
Love it.
Yeah. So Christina Applegate plays the main character, Sue Ellen, mostly called Swell in the movie.
Well, according to the closed captioning.
No, they call her Swell.
That is actually what they call it.
Yeah, they call her that all through the movie.
I just thought that was a bad closed captioning
No,
thing. Why?
I
I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm going to put that in my notes.
Well, you can just say it. 'Cause
I'm going to forget. You know I'm going to forget.
But you can just say it now that you don't like it.
I don't like it.
Oh, okay. The original script was written with Winona Ryder in mind. She turned it down as she was working on both Edward Scissorhands and Mermaids, which both came out in 1990. Justine Bateman was later cast as Sue Ellen, but left the project.
Ooh, why?
I don't know.
I am fascinated with her.
I love her.
I've watched a ton of interviews with her lately.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, this is my face. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, sorry about it.
Yeah, I love her.
I'm sorry people age.
Right. Christina Applegate was cast after Ed O'Neill, who she was on Married with Children with, was a friend of the producer of the film, and he gave her the script.
Oh, I was like, what was he going to be? Okay, never mind.
In one of the earlier script drafts, the babysitter's death was supposed to be a more elaborate storyline with like all of the Crandall children as suspects of having killed her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they just did away with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was probably too intense or like too...
They need more time with the corn dog van.
Who doesn't? Me.
Yeah.
Anna.
Oh, is that it?
There's very little trivia for this movie.
Well, that's okay.
And I just said most of it.
Well, I'm okay with there not being a ton of trivia. I mean, again, a lot of the movies that we like are cult classics, and there just isn't a ton to be found that can be found in the short amount of time that we have to look up trivia.
Right. Let's just get into it.
All right, fine. Let's do it. Do it.
Play that fucking song.
Let the games begin.
Our movie begins with rock music and a cartoon, which lets you know you are in for a wild ride.
So this movie is a cartoon.
No.
Well, that fucking sucks. That's a con. And also, the cartoon lady sounds like the Domino's Noid. It did.
Do you want to know who does the voice of the animated babysitter in the beginning?
Gina Davis.
It is Dan Castellaneta. Castellaneta.
You keep adding an ah. There's only one ah.
Because when I think of him, I go, oh.
Like Homer. Dope.
Exactly, because he's the voice of Homer.
He's the voice of a bunch of them.
So take it back, ho.
Take what back? It sounds like the Domino's Noid?
Yeah.
No, it does. Go back and listen to it.
No.
I'm going to add it in here, and people are going to be like, wow, is that the fucking Domino's Noid?
No.
And be like, you wish.
Mm-mm.
The Noid loves to own pizza.
Some friends are in a clothing store talking about going to Europe, and we see Christina Applegate is one of the friends and says that her mom can't afford to send her to Europe because she's going to Australia, but it's no problem because she's going to have mom's car, she can stay out as late as she wants, and that her brother Kenny is going to watch her brother Zach, and Zach is going to watch her sister Melissa, and Melissa is going to watch Walter, and everything will be great.
That's how that works.
I mean, to her, to a 17-year-old.
So are we going to talk about the daughter that's burning the bugs?
Well, let me give you a rundown of who plays the siblings.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Kenny is played by Keith Coogan, who is best known from Adventures in Babysitting. Zach is played by Christopher Pettiette. I might be saying that name wrong. I apologize. Who also had a role in Point Break.
Is that why I recognize him?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melissa is played by Danielle Harris, who we love from The Last Boy Scout.
I'm trying to think of... She had one quote that we fucking loved because I used it for...
When you graduate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sassy little bitch.
Walter, the youngest, is played by Robert High Gorman, who was in The Leprechaun.
Oh. He wasn't the leprechaun, though.
No.
That was Warwick Davis.
Keith Coogan was told he was too old to play 15-year-old Kenny. He was 20, which was 22 months older than his co-star, Christina Applegate.
Whoops.
Who played a 17-year-old. He came back to the audition in quote-unquote stoner apparel and a wig and got the part.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Edward Furlong was considered for the role of Kenny, but was unavailable because he was working on Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
I didn't think he was an actor yet when he did Terminator 2.
He didn't, I mean, he was an actor. He just hadn't been in anything.
Oh, I thought he was just discovered by like, wow, that kid looks interesting.
No, huh?
Because I thought that was the first thing he'd ever done was Terminator 2.
It was.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But he was considered for this, but he was already doing that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was originally cast as Melissa Crandall, who was then played by Daniel Harris, but she was forced to drop the role because the producers of Kids Incorporated would not let her out of her contract.
I forgot she was on that.
Yeah.
Was she on there at the same time as Fergie?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
No shit.
Here's a little sad trivia.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Production nearly stopped towards the end of shooting when Christopher Pettiet,
Is it Piety?
it's Pettiet. I'm sorry. I'm terrible about pronouncing names.
The second youngest.
Yeah, who
the
played
males.
Zach.
Uh-huh.
His drug addiction was getting out of control.
Drug addiction?
Yeah.
How old was he?
15.
15?
Yeah. The producers had to cut a few of his scenes to keep the film on schedule. He was 15 at the time of this movie, and he died of an accidental drug overdose 9 years later.
Oh, no.
I know. Really sad.
Oh, man.
Mhm.
Dang. Well, that's sad.
Yeah. So we're at the house where the Crandall family live.
Mm-hmm.
Mom is saying, hey, I'm off to Australia.
Uh-huh.
Everyone take care of yourselves and everything's going to be fine and don't you worry.
But what about the daughter?
What daughter?
You have to give me the names again. I'm sorry.
Melissa?
She's the one that's in Last Boy Scout?
Yeah.
Can't we talk about her burning bugs out with like a magnifying glass? Isn't that an early indicator for a serial killer?
I don't think that's what she was doing.
That's absolutely. We literally saw the bug burning to death, screaming, "It burns."
How do we sleep when the bugs are burning?
Wait, you think that was? Wait, what was that again? Oh boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I love that song, but that has nothing to do with this.
Speaking of Australia.
Oh yeah. Okay, so speaking of Australia,
Yeah.
this mom
Yeah.
is a shit mom. She is a terrible mom. I'm going to say that more than once, more than twice, probably a few times.
Do you know, you want to know how you can tell she's kind of an insignificant character?
Huh.
Her name in the credits is Mom.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the fuck is her name?
Mom.
She's fucking horrible.
Yeah. These kids have a lot to overcome.
They've
got some adversity in their life.
This mom is, because the father's not present.
Right.
And the mom is like, I'm 39, is what she said. Or 37.
Right. 37.
37. So clearly that's the end of her life. And so she needs a vacation real bad. So you need a vacation, but you've barely secured somebody to take care of your children.
No, a lady.
For 2 months.
Right. No. The next scene is a lady with some runs in her stockings and a cane and a bad attitude shows up and says, guess what? I'm Mrs. Sturrock. I'm the babysitter.
Hi, lady, we've absolutely never met. The mom has never met her.
She read a LinkedIn profile.
That didn't exist. And 2 months in another country entirely. So if there was an emergency, the mom would just, I guess, hopefully I'll see you in 24. How long does it take to get to Australia?
Because later on, Swell says, do you want to call Aunt blah, blah, blah? There's other people that were around. The babysitter was just the person that was going to be staying with them the whole time.
It just feels unbelievably irresponsible. Like, she has 5 fucking kids.
Hey.
And these kids are a handful.
Yeah, guess what?
The house looks like shit.
She ain't a good mom.
She is not a good mom. She is a shit mom.
I agree.
And I think it is a big problem with the movie because they don't show her as being like a shitty mom. It's just...
Yep.
It's just, she's just gone as like a plot device. She's shit. She's shit. She's shit. She already smells like she's a shit.
Okay,
person.
But to me, you know that she's a shit mom. I know that she's a shit mom. What more did they have to do to prove that she's that? I feel like it was enough and it wasn't the focus of the movie.
It definitely should be.
Because you need a con?
I don't need a con. How about the mom wearing that bullshit on her flight to Australia?
She wants to be prepared when she lands.
Girl.
Whoa.
She is in like a full-on skirt suit.
Maybe she doesn't have any room in her suitcase. Maybe she packs like us.
Her shoulder pads on that suit. She's going to sit on a plane to Australia and that shit and not, like sensible pants. Sensible clothes. This is ridiculous clothes to go flying in.
I'm sorry. That seems really smart to me. She's on the plane. She needs to relax. Uh-oh. She needs a headrest. She just pulls out those shoulder pads and sticks them behind her neck. Boom.
She's wearing high heels.
Yeah, to fend off dingoes.
Okay, how about this? She's wearing pantyhose.
To fend off dinglings.
No, she's going to be on a plane.
Yeah.
Sitting on a plane.
Yeah.
In pantyhose and a skirt for how long is it to Australia? It's going to be like an 18-hour flight.
It's like 18 hours. Because she's so used to being a mom, she knows if there's an unruly kid on the flight, she just pulls those pantyhose.
She's not used to being a mom at
and
all.
She does like sock puppets, like with her pantyhose.
She's not going to be present for her own kids, let alone some little fucker on a plane.
You know how... Never mind.
You know how I know she's going to be able to deal with that ridiculous wardrobe?
Xanax?
Yeah, she's probably going to be on... No, it's the 80s, so maybe Valium?
Valium. Oh, for sure.
She's going to be on a shitload of Valium.
Yeah, Valium and vodka. The V's.
Yeah, the double V.
The double V's.
You know what? You want to talk about the babysitter? Because I want to talk about the babysitter.
Turns out the babysitter's a real ball buster.
She's more than that. She's a fucking a horrible person.
This movie has a sweet soundtrack.
Well, this movie has a babysitter that deserves to die.
Well,
she deserves to die, and I'm ready to do the killing.
Whoa, when we're meeting her, we meet Zach, who's in the car, and the song is A Kiss Is Still a Kiss. I love that song.
Does that seem like something a 15-year-old would be listening to in a car?
He's a romantic. It's the 90s.
What does he call her? Moonchild? Not Moonchild.
His moonshine. His moonflower.
Moonflower.
I don't know.
It's not Moonchild? Like in a...
No.
Like a fucking never-ending story?
No. The next morning, the kids decide they are going to let the babysitter know who is boss. But she's dead.
What triggered that?
Seeing Kenny's room.
Seeing Kenny's room?
Yeah.
This lady? She looks like she's a bitch because she has seen some shit in her life that has led her into being a horrible, horrible fucking person. I just can't imagine somebody like this, that a teenager's bedroom would be like, this is too much to handle.
She believes in law and order.
You look so fucking smug. I hope you choke on your margarita. No, I don't. Please don't do that. No. You deserve what you got.
Speaking of Kenny's room, Kenny is hanging out in his room with a recently purchased weed plant, which he promptly drops out the window.
God damn it.
Which lets you know that the product works.
He doesn't even panic or anything.
Kenny can't panic, dude.
He oughta. That plant, I don't know anything about it. I've never grown illegal substances before, but I can tell you that a plant in that stage, you really got to take care of it. And you got to make sure that the light is right, the pH is right, all of these, conditions are correct. And he just drops it off to the second floor. He's like, ooh. You got a responsibility now. You're a plant owner.
You're as upset about that as the dog from Billy Madison.
I've got something to say about a dog a little bit later.
Okay.
And I am very, very angry. And also, how shitty is this mom that those kids would hide a body, then be free from their mom for 2 months?
Are you kidding me? These are kids. What kids wouldn't want to have the summer free of responsibility?
The youngest one's a little kid. These are kids. The two older ones are older, but they want their mom. They need to have a parent. They want to have a parent, especially if there's a dead body. Everybody's very blasé about the corpse.
It's not that hard to hide a body.
These are kids, and they are totally okay with touching an old lady cadaver. I don't even want to touch like a regular old lady. The fucking paper skin.
Oh, I love old people. And
Also, eat the dog joke. That's not okay. I know you didn't like that.
no, I didn't. But at this point, she's still foldy. So they
Foldy?
yeah.
Like she hasn't gotten to
Rigor mortis yet?
rigor mortis.
No, she's.
It's from RuPaul's Drag.
Oh, okay. So that's not the name.
Rigor mortis?
It's not the term.
Yeah. It's what happens if you die from old timer's disease.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, the kids decide to dump Mrs. Sturrock at a mortuary, but soon realized that she had all the money that the mom had given her when they put her in the steamer trunk. So now Swell has to get a job while Kenny allegedly stays home to watch the kids. Fat chance, Stoney.
I'm not ready to move on from the dead body yet.
Why?
Because they put it in a steamer trunk.
Yeah, cool.
Is it?
Yeah, steamer trunks are cool.
That body might not have gone through rigor mortis yet.
Okay.
Rigor mortis.
Okay.
But it is cold. It is definitely going to be a corpse.
But they've got it in a sheet.
What I'm saying is, but they've got to bend up that body
Yeah.
and stuff it into a trunk.
Yeah.
These are kids.
Yeah. Resourceful, right?
You don't think that they have some kind of psychological terror? I mean, I wouldn't want to. Well, I mean, I'm weird. I don't mind touching dead animals, but like people don't want to touch a dead body. Not you, psycho.
Oh.
Most people, reasonable people, don't want to touch a body.
Teenagers?
Want to touch a body, maybe with a stick and poke at it. They don't want to touch it and manipulate its limbs so that it can fold and fit inside a steamer trunk.
Okay.
That is fucked up. Concede.
Close your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, is this an opportunity? She's white?
No.
Oh,
This has nothing to do with the time to kill.
okay.
Think about many, many, many decades ago when you were a teenager.
Sorry.
And
Wait, what? No. Huh? I was asleep.
and think about if you had the opportunity. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you, Yanni?
You told me to close my eyes. That triggered, I mean, it's late. I should be asleep.
You would not be asleep. You'd be watching classic concentration, watching classic Marjorie. Okay. Listen.
Yeah.
Think about when you were a teenager. If all you had to do to have the entire summer adult-free was to help someone get a body comfortable in a steamer trunk who's dead through no fault of your own, you wouldn't do that?
A dead old woman, you're going to fold up her body and put it into a dead old lady. Don't you release your bowels when you die?
Not always. That's a myth.
Don't you think she would be? You think she's got a good? You don't think a babysitter's got some incontinence problems? What is her name even?
Mrs. Sturrock. I already said it.
Mrs. Sturrock.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't think she has some incontinence problems?
I think you're not. I think you're underselling how much freedom teenagers want.
Well, and also, I'm not a good person for that. For all my talk about Psycho with you, I'm the one that said I like, stabbing pork shoulder for marinades because it's the closest I'm ever going to get to feeling like stabbing a
That is very satisfying.
a human. Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is what it would feel like to stab flesh.
Yeah. And then you hit a bone and you're like, whoa.
Oh boy.
So are you ready to move on from that?
I guess.
Okay. Swell gets a super glamorous job at Clown Dog or something like that. I think it's called Clown Dog.
It is. It's called Clown Dog.
How
do you feel about clowns, Katrina?
I am not as scared of clowns as you are.
You like them?
No.
They were grease paint on their face. I knew that was going to get you. I knew that would get you. Plus, they all pile into that car together, which means they are all over each other.
It's just sweaty. It seems very sweaty. But
it would smell
not for me.
Terrible.
Not for me. But I'm open-minded enough to know that what isn't for me isn't for everyone else. So,
do most people like clowns?
Some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stephen King.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Also, the manager of Clown Dog is a fucking nightmare. He is the worst. I'd rather him be a monster like that. He is a monster, but I'd almost rather him be like the babysitter reason mean boss. This guy is insufferable.
He's like the Flair guy from Office Space.
But more.
Right.
But the Flair guy, but on that super popular Valium we talked about.
VV?
And probably some 80s cocaine that was left over. This is 91. It's right on the cusp.
He looked a little cokey to me.
Yeah, I think he's terrible.
Well, I'll tell you what Clown Dog does have. Brian. Who's played by Josh Charles. Josh, of course, was in Dead Poets Society. The movie Threesome. Do you remember that?
I do.
With Laura Flynn.
Yeah, and Baldwin. Is
and
Billy?
Billy Baldwin.
Was it?
No, Stephen.
Stop it.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, but, stop doing that.
Stephen.
Gross. Isn't he garbage? He's hot garbage, right?
The world is so insane that he seems less garbagey. I think he was like, whoa, this might be too much for me. I think.
He's not a QAnon? Because he seems like a Trumpy QAnon-y.
I don't think he's a Trumpy.
Stephen Baldwin?
I don't think so. I know Billy Baldwin is very left.
Yeah.
But I think even Stephen was like, whoa, I think.
I think he's on the dark side.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because he's the one that's in Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's anti-gay marriage. Which is hysterical since he did a movie called Threesome.
Yeah, I think he's like...
QAnon-y?
I think so. I think he's pretty... Yeah, he definitely...
That's not Josh's fault. He also did The Good Wife, which I never watched, but people really loved.
I didn't watch that one, no. God.
Swell lasts all of one day and decides she is better suited to office work. Girl, same. She applies for a reception job at a fashion company. However, she impresses one of the bigwigs, Rose, who is played by the fabulous Joanna Cassidy of Blade Runner and Who Framed Roger Rabbit fame. So good.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, yeah. And Blade Runner. It was
Yeah. Great. Oh, okay. Oh, you were just trying not to get a button push?
Yeah, I mean, I can couple with those other ones. Also, how did you miss there being an 80s clothes montage? Which was ridiculous, by the way. Also, she's a redhead. And also, those teen friends of Kenny's are the least teen I've ever seen in a movie. I have a lot to say about the restaurant cleaning.
The restaurant cleaning?
When they were cleaning the restaurant.
What about it?
Well, she was sloshing like lard water all over the clown, like, oh, was it like hot? It wasn't like hot dog water, was it?
No, it was a fat vat.
A fat vat, that's right. They did say a fat vat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Katrina.
What?
How do you like the term fat vat?
I don't.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't fucking bring it up.
I did. I wrote it or something. And that reception is a bitch.
Yeah, she is.
That's all I had to say. I just had a lot that I wanted to, I don't have a ton of notes, so I wanted to get all that out. That cleaning is not how you clean a restaurant. That's absolutely fucking repulsive. I mean, doesn't he use the mop to shoot was it a bagel? What the fuck was it?
It was a hamburger bun.
A hamburger bun.
Yeah.
He used the mop.
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice that the floor was filthy as shit?
Yeah.
Why does he have a mop? It hasn't even been swept.
This is a movie.
This is disgusting.
And how many restaurants do you think look like this when teenagers clean it?
Oh, I know.
Right. Rose, again, played by Joanna Cassidy, she tells Swell also known as Sue Ellen, like I mentioned earlier, that she's just by looking at her resume, which she kind of ripped off from a textbook, that she's overqualified to be a receptionist, and instead she gets hired as her executive administrative assistant.
That's how this works.
Yeah. Have you seen Working Girl?
How does Sue Ellen get a paycheck without like HR flagging her for being a minor? She would have had to like fill out a W-2 and like there's a million things.
Dude, I got my first job and I lied about my age.
I know. That was Brahms.
Yeah.
This is like a corporate environment where there's actually an HR department and all that kind of stuff.
Brahms is a corporation. Corporations.
Corporations. How long was that you lasted?
I was at Brahms for a summer.
That's fucked up, dude. That's not good. They should not have hired you.
I know, but I wanted to work. I was 14. I wanted a 15-year-old girl job.
Such a nerd. I needed to work. Start making, be a part of the system.
Yeah, I was 14. I got to pull my weight.
Well, I think that they would have caught this deception.
I don't think so. Mrs. Sturrock's car gets stolen.
Nope.
What?
You are skipping over a character.
What character?
Gus.
I talk about Gus in a minute. I will get to Gus, okay. I promise.
Okay.
Mrs. Sturrock's car gets stolen and Swell and the kids get stranded at the pizza place.
Who steals the car?
Drag queens.
Excuse me.
Not real drag queens.
They looked legit to me.
They needed a car.
One of them was Eliza. One was a Marilyn.
Yeah.
And the other one was... I didn't...
Jane Mansfield? I don't know. I didn't see the third one.
I can't remember. But I can tell you that gives drag queens a bad name. And I don't like that at all.
No, it doesn't. They were auditioning for a role in Tu Wong Fu.
They stole the car.
They were borrowing it.
And in Tu Wong Fu, they're not dressed as like... They're dressed as their own characters, not like impersonators.
You know what? They were like, these kids should not be driving this car. We're going to take it. Save them.
They hotwired it and then drove off, and then they flipped them off, I think.
No, they didn't flip them off. You're just making that up.
Mm-mm. How many shoulder pads are in this?
Oh, enough is the answer.
Too many.
No.
Way too many. Too
just
big.
Just enough.
Too big. Too wide. Too many.
Thankfully, Brian from Clown Dog is there to the rescue.
In his fucking clown van.
Yeah, it's funny.
That is so loud.
It's like the grandpa's horn from
No, that's
Lost
cute,
Boys.
and it's contained. He only does that once. It's not a constant. Yeah, that's all fun and games until it's like at nighttime when you're trying to fucking sleep and there's a goddamn clown van that's driving around going with Brian, Mr. Overshare. He overshares.
Jesus, alert anyone trying to step on his lawn.
Yeah.
Grumpy Pants out here is going to come out there with the water hose.
You would be infuriated.
Well, that's why I live out in the country. No neighbors. Time for Swell to have her first day, and the receptionist at one of the job that Swell got is named Carolyn. And let me tell you, she's a real bitch.
Yeah, she is. She is not nice. Not one bit.
Not one bit, but this is going to create a little bit of conflict because turns out Carolyn's little brother is Brian from Clown Dog. Oh, no.
How are they siblings?
You know, there's
day.
always one sibling that's really nice and one that's real obnoxious.
What if there's 3? What if there's 4? What if there's multiple children? What if there's 5?
Then it's the 2 in the middle that are the worst.
Oh, that would be you. You're in the middle. You're the middle.
2 in the middle.
You're a middle child, though.
No,
I mean, you didn't say the youngest.
If there were 5, the 2 in the middle.
Yeah, you would be in the middle.
So would you, ding dong.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be the youngest. I'm still the youngest.
That wouldn't make sense, though, for me to be a middle if there were 5 and you and I were the last 2.
Yes,
it's math. Gosh, I don't have time to explain math to you.
You're not a bookend. That means you're in the middle. Which you already acknowledged that they're the worst. Thank you. Go on.
Holy shit.
Shoulder pads?
Bruce. who is the head inventory guy, comes in looking for the Bob's Burger file. He is played by David Duchovny and is the boyfriend of that bitch Carolyn. What?
How are they going to do this to David Duchovny?
I think this was his first role.
90s David Duchovny.
I know, but he was like, he had to prove that he had that sort of like, even though he's kind of a bad guy, he's got a little bit of charisma.
I didn't have any charisma.
Are you doing the X-Files song? Oh, you're the X-Files song, okay. So you like David Duchovny is what you're saying? Okay. Rose tells Swell to order some lunch and she can use the petty cash fund.
Oh,
and Swell
great.
sees a solution to the family cash flow problems.
Oh, good. Definitely give a teenager access to petty cash. And also the phone conversation between Kenny and his mom was fucking weird.
Okay.
I gotta go, Mom.
But the scene where Sue Ellen first opens the lockbox full of petty cash
Yeah?
contains the song, Give Me Some Money.
I love that song. Yeah, I do. I love that song. Go ahead. Say where it's from.
It's from the movie Spinal Tap,
Yep, where it belongs.
marking the only time one of their songs is used in a film other than This Is Spinal Tap. Meaning this movie is so good that these artists, these geniuses said, yes, you can use one of our songs in your movie. Only your movie. That's how good this movie is.
They own the rights to that?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
I don't think they do. Probably the movie company, which might have been the same movie company. They might not have had a choice.
No, Rob Reiner did that movie. And if Rob Reiner says that music can be used in a movie, then he
directed it. He doesn't own the rights to it.
Who owns the rights to it, Oni Pants?
What company made this movie?
Michael McKean.
No.
Gus David.
No.
Christopher Guest.
No, stop. Stop saying things.
Squiggy.
Are you talking about... What the fuck is his name?
Lenny.
No, the third. There's Christopher Guest.
Harry
Shearer.
Harry Shearer.
Holy shit. Harry Shearer, also one of the voices in The Simpsons. Like Dan Castellaneta.
Yes. See? This movie's great. Swell and Brian go on a romantic walk on the beach, which isn't a cliche at all. She's like, I'm a Virgo. I was born in the year of the monkey, which has given me a strong affinity for bananas.
Uh-huh.
And I like long walks on the beach.
Bullshit.
Where we talk about sea animals mating.
Bullshit.
What? They did that.
No. I can tell you exactly why you were wrong.
Okay.
What astrological sign did you say?
Virgo.
And where are these walks?
On the beach.
How do you feel about sand as a Virgo? Uh-huh.
I appreciate all of Gaia's creations.
So that's where you would want to be, like, sitting on the sand, drinking and eating and probably making out and stuff like that on the sand, which is definitely following you everywhere you're going to go for like the next 2 weeks because it's in your shoes. Oh, God, you know that feeling of sand right between your toes?
Stop it.
And then your feet start to dry up because once they leave the moistness of the of the beach.
Stop saying that.
Of the ocean.
Stop
and then
talking.
you just get dry and sandy in like a real sandy sense. Also, it's for sure like getting in your bra. Oh, and that is the worst. Oh boy.
Foodborne illnesses. Dry baked ingredients stored in a wet area. Knives.
Is this like the pyramid game?
Knives being
Things Anna hates.
Yes.
Ding.
Okay.
We've been watching entirely too many game shows. I'm just saying that can't be a Virgo.
Some people, a lot of people like sand.
Not Virgos.
Some.
Prove it.
I will. Keanu did Point Break. And as some people might know, we're born on the same day. He's a Virgo, born September 2nd.
That's not fair. Keanu likes everything except rude people and meanness and bad things.
But see, that's my point. Virgos like other people to be happy. So if you like sand, like sand.
All right, I'll concede it. But I will mention that the friends of Kenny's friends, they are getting the dog high. And that feels like it's maybe not responsible pet ownership.
Seems like an important time to remind everyone. Here at Split Happens, we believe consent matters. And I will concede that dog did not consent to marijuana consumption.
Thank you. Also, the most unrealistic part of the whole movie is before that date, by the way. And it is Christina Applegate, naked except a towel,
Yeah.
going into Kenny's room, and his friends are just completely unfazed. I don't care if they're smoking weed and they're high.
They were not unfazed.
They weren't even looking at her. Christina Applegate in a towel.
Thank you for
These are
pointing out
teen boys.
how respectful Kenny's friends are.
Bullshit.
Very respectful.
Ain't no way that ever is gonna happen. And I am super uncomfortable with the makeout scene on the beach. Not because of the sand. It's because, and I know you feel the same.
Brian tells Swell that he wants to be an oceanographer, but his parents have other plans for him, and they have a completely non-awkward kiss while the song I Only Have Eyes for You is playing, confirming that this soundtrack slaps.
Not awkward. It's extraordinarily awkward.
Oh, they're just young.
Oh, God.
They're just young.
It's like watching one of my kids make out with somebody. I just can't. I know that I'm so repulsed by it.
Let's talk about Rose's boyfriend, Gus, who also works for GAW.
GAW.
GAW. He's played by John Getz, who was in The Fly, The Social Network, The Zodiac.
I fucking hate it. I can't. I hope he gets Brundle-flied soon.
Oh, he sucks. He sucks.
He's gonna get. What was it? Is it the hand? He loses his hand, doesn't he?
Hand, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets
Brundle-flied.
Yeah, Brundle-flied.
He
Yeah,
just
gets
pukes and it just
fly vomit.
burns away.
Yep.
I wish that would have happened in this.
Yeah, he sucks.
He deserves that. Want to talk about the shot putting the dishes?
I will mention that Griffin Dunn was considered for the role of Gus, but he was unavailable because he was shooting My Girl.
Was he in that or was he the director?
I think he was the director of My
I was going to say, because at some point he just started directing.
Well, Practical Magic and...
Yeah, no, he's great. I
Yeah.
love Griffin Dunn.
When they pointed out how many people were going to be in this movie, but they were doing other things, reminding me that 91 was a really good year for movies.
Also, I think it says a little something that so many people turned down being in this movie. I'm just saying. That seems like a con.
I love this movie, but if you're going to be in Terminator 2 or Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, you're going to be in Terminator 2. If you're going to be in a Tim Burton movie, Edward Scissorhands with Johnny Depp, or this movie, and we're talking about 91 Johnny Depp.
Stop it.
Yeah, you're in that movie.
I'm just saying, look, I'm just feeding off your energy.
If you're going to help create one of the most memorable cinematic moments when poor Anna Jocelyn says, is like, he can't see without his glasses. Where's his glasses?
He needs his glasses.
He needs his glasses.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
You're going to do My Girl. All I'm saying is...
Not the bees.
Not the bees.
Oh, wrong movie.
Henry's terribly allergic to bees. Sleep is in Seattle. Well, Gus, that fucking idiot, takes Swell out to lunch and proceeds to be a total pervert.
Why would she even agree to go to lunch with him?
Because it's a free lunch, dumbass. She's 17.
I'll concede that.
Swell wants to tell Rose that Gus sucks, but instinctually she knows that won't go over well. That bitch Carolyn is still trying to dig up dirt on Swell because she's a cunt.
Are you skipping over where Rose tells her every girl over 25 should have a cucumber in her house?
Yeah.
Why are you skipping over that? I have a few things to say about that.
What?
Okay, well, one, I'm allergic to cucumbers, so I take umbrage to that.
They are very good for your eyes, though.
Not my eyes. I would fucking swell up like.
But you would look beautiful.
No, I definitely would not.
No, you would.
I would
You'd
be
look
in.
crazy.
I would be covered in hives. Yeah.
Correct.
Also, was that like a dildo joke? Because it felt like a dildo joke.
I hope it was.
Okay, well,
That's funny.
Hi, Gwyneth Paltrow. You can't stick up veggies up your cooch.
You clearly haven't seen Poor Things, which Emma Stone just won an Oscar for.
Saying you should not put vegetables up your cooter.
Concede, unless you don't have anything else.
No, never. That is not
never.
hygienic.
Correct.
That is gross.
Correct. Yes.
Do you know not all of those are cleaned when they are like and like there's a produce like little sprayer thing, but there's quite a lot of like dirt and shit that's on cucumbers.
Yes, if you are desperate and all you have is a cucumber,
not even if you're
clean it.
desperate.
Oh no, don't.
No,
Correct. Don't.
Cucumbers have like little. Never mind.
People gotta pay extra for that.
That cucumber doesn't even vibrate. Fuck that. Not worth the hives.
Rose tells Swell that they've got to get a report in ASAP, and that bitch Carolyn finds out that Kathy from another department has been helping Swell with the QED report, which we all know what that means, so there's no need to explain it.
No, I want you to tell me what QED means.
Okay.
Hey, I do accents on your every whim.
It's a quadruple exercise diorama report.
Wait, was there a report on the end of that?
Diorama.
It's a diorama.
Yeah. Yes. It's a report. Yes. This.
How dare you? I love dioramas.
I know.
I don't appreciate you bringing that in like with the promise of a diorama.
Well, GAW, the company,
Yes.
believes in heart health, and they want everyone to be exercising quadruply.
Why are you calling it GAW?
That's the name of it. GAW.
Well, how do you know it's GAW?
Because it's GAW.
So what does GAW stand for?
GAW.
G, action wear.
Genius athleisure wear.
Genius athlete. It's actually pretty good. Did you have the date where they're in the toy store?
No.
Oh, why not?
It's just too much fun for words.
It really isn't. I guess just play with those big red bouncing balls and then leave them in the aisle anywhere. Anywhere is fine.
He told him to go.
I don't like. They should have put those away, and you know it. They shouldn't have been bouncing on him to begin with. But if you're going to bounce on him, then put.
Sorry, that's my take your crazy medicine alert.
It's so chaotic. If you're going to be playing with toys and shit, put it away. I would never, ever, ever let one of my kids leave a store without putting their shit away. If they were like playing, I wouldn't let them play with any of the toys for one, because I mean,
Concede.
Thank you.
Swell finds out that her siblings have stolen all of the petty cash out of her purse. And meanwhile, Rose learns that New York hated the school uniforms and they are all going to be out of a job. Swell is like, no, bitch, I read Cosmo and I know how to design uniforms of all kinds, so let's pull some all-nighters and get to work.
Whoa.
What?
You are skipping over a lot.
What?
Okay, first of all, Brian is very, very pushy with Sue Ellen about her privacy. I don't like it.
I'm sorry, it sounds like he wants to have open communication and he doesn't think it's weird that she won't tell him where she works.
It seems like maybe she has some boundary issues. As far as he knows, she wants to say something when she's comfortable with it. He's so pushy, and then he guilts her. about not communicating. Like, they've known each other for 5 seconds.
They've known him long enough for him
She doesn't owe him anything.
She's known him long enough to trust him to come pick her and her siblings up on the side of the goddamn road. And he's not saying, give me the address and your social security number. He's just asking what she does for work. She could say, I work in fashion. I don't want to say any more about it. I'm a receptionist. I don't want to say any more about it. It is strange.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm going to say that these kids are completely out of fucking hand.
They are.
They are out of pocket constantly.
They are.
Unruly little fuckers.
They need a montage of getting better.
Also, a 48-hour orgasm is real serious with that shit. And also, can't help but mention that... Oh, are you going to talk about Walter getting on the roof? No, you're not. Okay, also, Kenny, not with the Confederate flag in your room. Come on. Kenny, that's not very stonery of you. Also, this is giving a bad face to stoners. And also, I hated the scene with Walter on the roof.
Okay.
I didn't like that, not one bit.
It was not a Confederate flag. It was a...
Go ahead. You really want to do this? I think you should just concede it.
It was a flag of Mesopotamia.
No, that was a Confederate flag that he had in his room.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It says you.
You said you. You were like, uh-oh, Confederate flag. And I'm like, oh, type that shit in.
I don't remember saying that. After Swell is like, hey, everybody, I've got some design ideas. We can do this. And then she's like, oh, also, hey, kids, get your asses in gear and clean this house because we've got to host a fashion show in a couple days. Let's work together. She is turning these kids around.
This is the most unrealistic part of the movie.
What?
All this housework, including painting a 2-story house, emptying and cleaning the pool, completely covering trees and lights, in an ice sculpture, in a matter of days. All of this is being done exclusively by kids and older teenagers and young adults. This is so unrealistic. And again, I say, an ice sculpture. Katrina, we're adults and we could not find a block of ice that big on a whim. In this economy?
Yes, we could. Also,
it's days before the event. It's going to melt.
He has a walk-in freezer. I feel like I don't know you at all.
Whoa. I can get shit done. This is a bunch of children and teenagers. You know, kids and teenagers known for being self-motivators and like actually, you know, getting... These kids have just given the opportunity, they trashed the house and now they're going to paint a 2-story house.
Because they've got structure and they're like, kids love structure. I say that all the time. They need it. And I'm sorry. I would like you to say how you feel about the movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
How dare you?
Do you or do you not love it?
I believe I had to attack that movie, and I believe I attacked it with how in the world did they get all of those teenagers and young adults and stuff to be that cooperative and paint the house and clean.
I'm sorry that you don't believe in teamwork.
I don't. I do not. I'm in multiple teams. I definitely don't believe it.
Okay, well, that's why you're in your own Lonely Island kitchen.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Thank you. And also because Kenny's more responsible now, he changes his entire wardrobe and look. That seems weird.
He's changing up his entire look and wardrobe for this event. He's taking it seriously.
He cut his hair and stuff for that later, but once he started watching Julia Child and he felt bad about his brother falling off the roof because he was supposed to be watching him.
That's a pretty traumatic event. That might make you change some of your behaviors.
Where did he get all those clothes? He no longer is going to wear like band shirts and like
Are you kidding
jeans
me?
And shit.
That mom has absolutely no interest in her children. She's probably been buying Kenny clothes he's not going to wear for years.
I concede. Yeah, she's a shit mom. I've definitely, that's the most sensible thing you've said.
She sucks. Kenny, however, is really stepping up his game and taking his culinary pursuits to the next level, and he just wishes Swell could show him a little appreciation is all. He did work all day on that casserole.
Okay, this actually, I legitimately think is my only good criticism for the movie. Seriously.
When Kenny makes the casserole and Sue Ellen comes home late?
I think the siblings arguing and treating each other like a married couple is a very weird dynamic. I think that's odd. I mean, I understand what they're going for, but that is clearly what they're mimicking, a married couple, and this is a brother and sister, and I think it's a little icky.
I really don't. I get what you're saying, and I think that has the potential to be a good point. But it's so tongue-in-cheek, and
we don't even do anything together anymore. No, I understand what they're trying, but I think it's a little. Ugh.
It didn't really bother me. It really didn't.
I bet if the tables were turned
and I needed to say something,
yeah,
probably. But it honestly, I was like, I know what they're doing. I know
what they're doing. It just feels. Ugh.
I know.
Ugh.
That weasel, Bruce, overhears Swell talking about petty cash, and he and Carolyn sneak into her office. But what they end up finding is Swell's purse with her driver's license, which lets them know that she is actually 17.
Why can't they turn on the lights in the office? They just came out of a lit up hallway.
I'm sorry, have you not heard of Watergate?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have.
It is the night of the fashion show, which is being hosted at Swell's house, and I, for one, am impressed by her ability to put this type of shindig together.
You mean with the lights and the chairs on risers and like a scaffolding and a sound system and like, again, with the lights, like a full-on like sound system and, again, scaffolding and risers that all of the chairs and stuff are sitting on and all of that. And also, easily one of the worst insults I've ever heard in a movie, period, came out of this scene.
What?
Where the guy, one of the Teddy's friends calls the guy Metallica breath. What does that even fucking mean? It's like AI wrote it. Seriously. Like, that's a very, like...
Metallica breath. I mean, he's a stoner.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean...
Honestly, think before you speak, Kenny friend.
I don't know that he thinks before he speaks.
Metallica breath is a terrible insult.
I'm going to take this opportunity to mention NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Mm-hmm. And when I worked for an organization I won't mention, for a lot of years, we had an annual fundraiser, and I got shit donated every year to raise money for that walk.
You're an adult. You're an adult and a professional.
Yeah, but so is as for the...
And a Virgo.
Of course, but so is Sue Ellen. And as you know, because we talked about it earlier, and she went to these party planning places and was like, hey, I need to put on this event, and can you donate some shit? And they're like, ooh, they don't know she's 17, so they're like, ooh, hot chick. Sure, we'll give you stuff. That's how it works when you're...
It's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Sure.
This isn't how this works. How in the world is she supposed to do all of that? She's got those QED reports and all that.
No,
all that other
Kathy's
shit.
taking care of the QED reports. These people are like, it's summer. We only have a few months left till tax season. We got to get a few more charitable deductions in. Let's go ahead and donate some stuff. Good for them. Good for us. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. During the fashion show, when everything is going really well and the fashions are slamming.
Or really the nurse?
Yeah.
I know I can picture nurses wearing that. Okay, it's a male fantasy shit. It's not how nurses dress.
I mean, as you pointed out, she is 17.
Yeah, but real people, the guys are actually buying these uniforms. They were like super impressed. They're like, yeah, we're going to buy this shit.
I think they're probably like, oh, okay, this is giving us ideas on we can work from this. We're not going to do that.
Oh, obviously.
Because that's a little crazy. But, we like the bellhop uniforms. Those are fun. We like the referee.
Ain't no way these colors and fashions are going to go out of style in 4 years.
Again, cocaine. It just, it's a hell of a drug. It does crazy shit.
Really carries over from the 80s, doesn't it?
Yeah. Forever, I think.
Let's talk about Brian.
Can you see me on cocaine?
Cocaine?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Also,
I'd be a mess.
I'd be a mess. I would be crazy paranoid.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Just
I'm clean enough as it is.
let me have tequila and die happy.
Yeah, and cake.
Brian shows up to profess his love for Sue Ellen, and the kid's mom shows up a week early, and she is pissed.
Brian, how does Brian seem... how Brian seems to not notice about 1,000 cars at Sue Ellen's house while he's confessing his love over a super loud intercom with the do-do-do-do-do-do-do. He doesn't think any of it, and then he pulls it. He was like, whoa, there's shit going on here? I had no idea. Like 1,000 cars. And also, and I mean this from the bottom of my fucking soul. Fuck that mom. Fuck that mom all the way back to her fucking Australian vacay. She is awful. Absolutely awful.
Well, I can tell you why Brian didn't notice those cars.
Okay.
Love.
Poop holes?
No, it's a heart.
Binoculars.
It's a heart.
Oh, there it is. They look like binoculars. Well, first look like poop, like a double poop hole.
How about that? Is that a heart?
Yeah.
I got a manicure, so.
How is this a difficulty for you?
Is that a heart?
Haven't you ever been around a teenager? You got this. And then you also got this. And then you also got, what was that other? There's another, there's like this one.
Is that dinosaurs fighting?
I think I might be doing some gang symbols.
Oh, shit.
On accident. Uh-oh.
Anyway, love is what I was trying to say.
I may have started a gang war.
Oh, fuck. Sue Ellen has to admit to everyone that she's actually 17. She may have done a little lying, but no harm done.
Yeah, over the microphone.
Yeah.
She couldn't have just done that on the quiet.
She panicked.
Also, her mom totally throws her under the, thanks for, cock blocking me, mom, with, a career cock block.
Yeah, the mom sucks.
Yes, she does. She fucking sucks. I hate her.
Yeah.
She's the worst.
She is.
She is the worst.
All of these kids are going to get emancipated.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, they're going to be called
I
the
she walks in,
Culkins.
she's like, oh my God, the house is clean. I've never seen this.
Yeah, she did look a little confused when she walked into the clean house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't give them any fucking credit for how amazing everything looks.
I mean, she did get home and 5,000 people were in her lawn.
Well, Mom, be cool. You can deal with all the aftermath. Be cool.
It'll be hard to be cool in that situation.
Not me.
This mom sucks, but...
Thank you.
Sue Ellen shuffles Mom off to bed because she's a little cranky from her travels. Rose tells Sue Ellen that don't worry, the investors still love the designs and all is good. Brian forgives Sue Ellen because he is a dork and he knows he has a good thing going.
Rose offers her to pull some strings at Vassar, and she's like, maybe. Excuse me? Excuse me, Sue Ellen.
She wants to go to design school. She wants to stop and think about what she wants to do.
You can design it, Vassar, I bet. Actually, probably not. No, it's Vassar. They seem a little too uptight for design.
Well, all I know is that's the end of the movie.
Oh,
what?
No, it is not.
It's not?
Did no one want to add a name to that tombstone during the credits sequence, by the way?
They said a nice lady lies here.
Yeah. Did somebody want to give a year? A date at all? Just, you know what it says? For date, it just says died.
Well, it's because she just lives on forever.
Also, did they not call the police? Katrina.
Yeah.
Miss Porter Nasty.
Yeah.
That's a dead body that just showed up. For all they know, it was a murder. You are okay with that. You are okay with police not being involved at all, and they just bury this body that just showed up saying, dead lady, do something with it.
No, I'm not okay with it, but I understand why they did it because she had a bunch of money with her.
That's another crime.
I know.
How are you not furious?
I'm furious.
You don't look like you're furious.
The end.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's done. Yes. It's over now.
Boy, is it just me or have we gone a really long time without any button pushes?
We've gone a long time without a button push.
I think we're not getting drunk enough.
Oh.
Would you like to hear my...
Yeah, I want to hear your happy ending, and because you said that I wasn't drunk enough, I'm going to sit here and drink.
Okay. This movie is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Right?
Yep.
So when I hear Babysitter,
Yeah?
I think of The Babysitter's Club,
Oh.
the book series, which was written by Anne M. Martin, and she is my happy ending this week.
They redid those books recently.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Anne Martin quite a lot. Apparently, when she was like really, really young, she was writing right off the bat. Like she would dictate stories to her mom to write down for her. So she always, like, even elementary school, she began writing short stories, and she also really, really loved working with children specifically, and decided to become a teacher. This is before she became an author, of course, but she specifically worked with children with disabilities and children with like autism. She worked at the Eden Institute, which is a school for autistic children in her hometown. And then she went to college and did early childhood education and child psychology. And her senior thesis was on the use of children's literature in the classroom. So she wanted to write books like specifically showing females in a positive light. That's not just like, ooh, boys, like she wanted to have them solving not conflict, but like a lot of things that teenage girls were dealing with.
Like conflict solving problems. Yeah, okay.
Right. She and her, it just says she and her colleagues founded the Lisa Libraries to honor like a friend of theirs, Lisa Novak. And it's a nonprofit that distributes new books to children and establishes libraries in underserved areas. So she's trying to get books to places that can't, that don't typically have that at their disposal.
Oh, I see.
And she also does a bunch of stuff for programs for abused and stray animals, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
But she's written like a billion things, and it seems like her main purpose in life was it seemed like writing was in her soul from a very young age.
Aww.
And she also seems like a very, very caring, nurturing person, and has spent her life putting good back into the world. And I really, really like that. And she's my happy ending.
I love that. And I loved those books.
They're so sweet.
I loved it. I remember one they all kind of dressed very individually. One wore red, black, and white. I remember that very specifically. I loved those books.
I think a lot of, kids, not just girls, but a lot of kids probably liked them quite a lot. And I know I was definitely reading a few of those. I think I was more into like Encyclopedia Brown, and I read some Nancy Drews and things like that. But
yeah,
I love that. Anybody that chooses to spend their life putting good back into the world through literacy and education and, helping stray animals and stuff. I mean, that's a good person.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. We should not say what we're doing next.
You don't think?
No. It's our last March movie.
This is really crazy because the vast majority of our movies are in the 80s, right?
Right.
We're 80. I mean, we definitely do.
Yeah.
None of our March movies are in the 80s.
That is correct.
Mm-mm. In fact, Yellow Submarine's got to be our oldest movie that we've done.
And the movie that we're going to do
is in the 70s.
Is in the 70s, if it's what we end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things can change, but I mean, as it stands now, yeah, none of our movies from March are in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very excited.
It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It is definitely going to be, it's probably one that people are going to be like, what? And it's one that's just very nostalgic for us.
Yeah, very silly. It does have some music, so hopefully...
Sorry, Mary.
Yes, hopefully our people that don't enjoy musicals as much. It's not super musically.
No.
It's got a fair amount.
We'll say if it's the movie we do, it does have music, and it's a kid's movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and in the 70s, we already said that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can we say it's a Disney? Can we say it's a Disney?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not completely animated.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good clue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I am really, really excited about that.
Yeah, tell us what you think it is.
Yeah, gosh, yeah. Can we get some guesses?
Yeah.
That would be super great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I, once again, love doing this, and I can't wait to record that one. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be a blast.
All right, well, goodbye, Katrina Porter.
Bye, Anna Serene.
Bye, everyone. Bye.